talk about critical racism, critical race theory. Okay, that's fine. Every publication, every debate that I've ever seen, none of the people ever lay out what critical race theory is. They just don't want it talked about because that's the privilege. You don't get to get criticized. All right, cool. Well, if we're going to start doing that from here on out, don't try to get us emotionally involved in a story about some dipshit that we already know is a racist prick using the N-word. Let's talk about your N-word use. Yeah, what up? It's your boy Rob, coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subbed to the channel, stop, hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, and share this video out to all of your followers. All right, get your margaritas, get your Cosmos, get your Louis Vuitton sunglasses. Now we finna live the Zaddy life real quick, all right? This Zaddy right here, his name is Hunter Biden. And if you're familiar with my channel, I've done content on this dipshit for a long time. This dude is a complete and utter degenerate idiot. But I'll tell you what though, man, he's living the life, you know what I'm saying? Up in the Umar Johnson hotel rooms, getting foot jobs, you know what I'm saying? Sniffing cocaine off of credit cards and smoking crack. I mean, you know, and just walking around free, you know, to do it again. I guess that's because his lawyer is the HNIC, you know what I'm saying? Head nigga in charge, and Hunter Biden let him know that too. All right, so we're gonna get into these articles and we're gonna talk about this, all right? But what else we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about how insincere and how illegitimate and how stupid the lame street media is and how they're trying to get you emotionally involved. And we're gonna bring it back to the nonsense that they talk. We're gonna smack them around a little bit, you know what I'm saying, before we start burning shit up. All right, so let's actually get into this. All right, so here we go. We got an article from the Daily Mail and it's exclusive, all right, but it's not that exclusive to us. Oh, listen, black people gather around. Everybody get all pissed off. Everybody, all the black people, come here. Candace Owens, you can sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? Hunter Biden addressed his white lawyer as nigga multiple times. Used phrases like, true that, nigga. and bantered, I only love you because you're black. All right. Now we all know that, you know, these people have a very difficult time engaging without being racist. All right. So this is not a surprise. I mean, for real. If you're watching this video, please let me know if you're surprised by this. If you are surprised by this, I gotta ask you the question, why? Why are you surprised by this? You know what I mean? Why are you surprised by this? We all know this is how motherfuckers get down. Especially when they think that nobody's looking, but because of their technology. There's cameras all over the place. And shit stays on hard drives and different things like that. So, you know, we know when you've been bad. You know what I mean? It's there. The record for it is there. All right. So if I can get this shit to stay up, okay, here we go. All right, here it is right here. Hunter Biden addressed his white lawyer. Oh, listen. He used a black racial slur. Now, the same people that write these articles, right? When one of their politicians or something, you know, they get caught saying something. Hey, listen, black people, just shut up. You're not supposed to care about that. I mean, hell, it's freedom of speech. All right. So wait a minute. You mean Hunter Biden ain't got the same freedom of speech as you to just go around saying the N-word? You make this article for us to get upset about? First and foremost, let me just explain something to the white media. We don't fuck with Joe Biden or Hunter Biden to begin with. And it's not because of any of the wonderful journalism that you all have done, because that would require you to have done wonderful journalism. We don't mess with Hunter Biden because he's a racist piece of shit. And his son using the N-word to address a white man, that's just not the most racist thing that he's ever done. So what you're actually showing in this illegitimate report is how you know that the N-word is wrong. Because you are the same people that will sit there and say, well, what the hell? Why the hell can't white people use the N-word? And then you turn around and rat on a white person using the N-word. See how that works? Illegitimate. Illegitimate. So black people gather around, get upset, get your hot sauce, get your fried chicken, get your watermelon, get all of the things that the white stereotypes they created. Gather around, get your bottles of Mad Dog 2020, drink up, you know what I'm saying? Sniff a little bit of crack, smoke some weed. Let's get real stereotypical and let's read this article. All right. Exclusive. Hunter Biden addressed his white lawyer as nigga multiple times. If you're outraged, hit the like button. Used phrases like true that nigga and bantered I only love you because you're black in shocking text unearthed days after Joe's emotional Tulsa speech decrying racism. All right, now remember what I told you guys. When it comes to a system of illegitimacy, the perpetrators take both sides of an argument. That's something that I heard from Professor Black Truth, and it's absolutely correct. So both sides of an argument is the right and the left. They're competing ideologies to continue to build the American economy based on your suppression, because you're looked at as property of the United States, not a citizen of the United States. That's how the Constitution was written. Never forget that. When they come talking about that Constitution bullshit, in the Constitution, you were property. Still are. All right? Because they didn't make any amendments to that. So they want you to get outraged because there's always shade when there's white people calling out other white people about racism. If you're not John Brown and actually physically doing something about the racism, there's always shade. Because if you're like me, we already know what time it is. We already know this is the table talk conversation. Oh, did you see what the niggers did today? You know what I'm saying? So we already know, we already understand that most of you can't function without behaving that way. All right, so we're not even tripping. But these same people that say, oh, listen here, there's no reason to discuss critical race theory. Okay, well, if we're not discussing critical race theory, then we're not going to discuss a critical race-based name, because according to you All Lives Matter people, if there's no need to discuss critical race theory, then there's no need for us to be outraged about this little expose you're trying to do, other than exposing you for trying to get black people into your nonsensical conflict with Joe Biden. We have our own issues with Joe Biden that are independent from yours. So we'll deal with ours the way we feel fit to and keep us the fuck out of it. We don't care. What are you gonna do about this motherfucker saying the N-word? You don't even believe racism exists. So what are you reporting this shit for? You know what I'm saying? Anywho, let's actually get into this. And I don't know what it is about the Daily Mail. They have so much shit going on. I mean, they have ads and pop-ups and shit all over the damn place. All right. So here it says, text messages obtained by the Daily Mail reveal Hunter Biden used the N-word multiple times in banter with his lawyer. The president's son, who is 51, he flippantly addressed corporate attorney George Meseries, who is white, by the racial slur. So now we're going to just, these same people that say, well, nigger just means a stupid person. Now it's a racial slur. You see how they flipped the script on everything? Now what I want to know is, I want to see the text messages from everybody that works at the Daily Mail. And I want to see how many times them and their children have used the N-word. And everybody who's retweeting this and saying, Joe Biden's the real racist. Joe Biden's the real racist. No, you all are the real racists. The fuck? Hunter cracked jokes about his penis and then told Meseries, I only love you because you're black. I mean, Hunter Biden has a booming Pornhub page, according to some sources. So clearly this motherfucker's penis, I mean, you know, according to to what's been put out by a lot of these media outlets, according to that, I mean, I don't think there's anything to joke about there. You know what I'm saying? It's so annoying when you interject with frivolity, the Chicago lawyer replied. The damning text, and these texts are damning how? There's no black people give a fuck about this shit. You know what I'm saying? But remember, when black people don't give a fuck about something, white people have to signal boost it until they feel that, you know, we do. But you got to ask yourself, so is this the same cancel culture crowd are they trying to cancel Joe Biden? I'm sorry, trying to cancel, not only just cancel Joe Biden, but cancel Hunter Biden for using the N-word? See how that works? The damning texts have emerged just days after his father, President Joe Biden, gave a speech decrying racism over the 100th anniversary of Tulsa massacre. But these Jared Taylor worshipers here at the Daily Mail and at NBC and CNN and Fox and everywhere else, you know what I'm saying, your next door neighbor, they believe that the Tulsa race riot didn't happen. They believe that it happened because a black man was sexually molesting a white woman. These people here that published this article. So are we supposed to be more offended because Joe Biden or Hunter Biden decided to use the N-word in some private communication between his lawyer and him? Are we supposed to be more offended by that? Or are we supposed to be more offended by the fact that this weak effort from the white media is trying to draw black people into a conflict between some liberal and conservative dumb shit that don't even involve us? Let me know in the comments what you think. All right. Hunter also saved a meme with a photo of his father hugging Barack Obama with a caption describing a joke conversation. Obama gonna miss you, man. Joe, can I say it just this once? Obama sighed. Go ahead. You my nigga, Barack. And what's funny is that conversation, that shit probably actually took place. You know what I'm saying? And Barack Obama is that much of a broken buck that he would allow that. You know what I mean? He has to know that Joe Biden is a racist and a segregationist, you know? But, you know, it's funny how people turn their heads to certain things, right? So now remember, when it comes to the illegitimate states of America, there's no, you know, there's no issues here. There's no racism. There's nothing to see here, all right? But for whatever reason, you know, we're going to point out in this article, Hunter Biden used the N-word multiple times in a conversation with his white $845 per hour lawyer. I mean, who cares, right? He's not making that money because he's white, right? System of illegitimacy logic is comical when you break it down. Yeah, the Daily Mail is really difficult to read. You know, for whatever reason, they again, I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, they have so many ads going on. It locks everything up. Luckily, I have an article here from the Washington Times, and we got Joe Biden. I mean, this motherfucker looks like Two-Face. You know what I'm saying? Look at that smile. I mean, he looks for real like Jack Nicholson in the Joker when he was at the art museum. You know what I mean? So apparently Donald Trump Jr. is upset too. I'm upset. I'm upset about the 1619 project. You know, fuck black people in that regard. You know, niggers didn't do shit to help the United States. But I'm also upset because Biden, little Biden, said the N-word that I've said a million times. Okay. Donald Trump Jr. rips media hypocrisy over Hunter Biden Hennessy rates. N-word story. Donald Trump Jr. says political pundits who have gone mum since report of Hunter Biden using the N-word in conversations with his lawyer would be apologetic if they involved his family. What? The Republican who's, again, remember, like I told you, never buy white people calling out other white people's racism. All right? Never do it. Because at the end of the day, all it is just one white person showing that one is more racist than the other. All right? I mean, we knew he talked like this the whole time. What'd you do about it while your dad was president? Besides tweet dumb shit all day and make retard tweets with you and Ice Cube and 50 Cent. Fucking idiot. Donald Trump Jr. says political pundits have gone mum since reports of Hunter Biden using the N-word in conversations with his lawyer would be apologetic if they involved his family. The Republican whose famous father was the subject of a Viceland show titled The Hunt for Trump Tapes with Tom Arnold, involving rumors of racial epithets, questioned why news organizations are 100% silent on this. I don't think news, why do white people always say the news is silent on some shit as I'm sitting here reading a white media article? I don't get that. Try to imagine one of the Trump kids dropping the N-word. You have. Just nobody has a copy of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump himself said that the Trump kids listen to 50 Cent. And if you listen to 50 Cent and recite 50 Cent lyrics, then guess what? You use the N-word in the same context that Hunter Biden is using it in. And imagine the Trump kids being the kids of the guy who is against the 1619 project because it hurts his ass. That's what you know what? That's actually not imaginary. That's actually real. Now listen here. You know, what does it matter about the Tulsa, Oklahoma riot? Yeah, that's something you guys have in common. Joe Biden wants to award the AAPI community and the Latino community for the Tulsa race riot, and you and your crowd believe that they're crisis actors and that it didn't happen. And if it did happen, it was their fault. Same thing. Try to imagine one of the Trump kids dropping the N-word, he tweeted Tuesday while sharing a related interview with Breitbart. And of course, it was with Breitbart, again, the unofficial publication of the KKK. You know what I'm saying? Real quote from Hunter. Nigga, you better not be charging me Hennessy rates. So, I'm glad to see black people not biting this white messiness. You know what I mean? Because that's literally all it is. They want you to be outraged when none of this has anything to do with anything. And again, let's just take this into perspective. You don't want to talk about critical racism, critical race theory. Okay, that's fine. Every publication, every debate that I've ever seen, none of the people ever lay out what critical race theory is. They just don't want it talked about because that's the privilege. You don't get to get criticized. All right, cool. Well, if we're going to start doing that from here on out, don't try to get us emotionally involved in a story about some dipshit that we already know is a racist prick using the N-word. Let's talk about your N-word use. Let's talk about your utilization of black media personalities to drag other black people. Let's talk about your Candace Owens use. Oh, you don't want to do that. Well, I don't want to do this. So with that being said, that's the end of this legitimate video. Zaddy life. All right? I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the commentary. Make sure you smash the like button, share this video out to all of your social media followers, and I will catch you all on the next video. All right? Peace.